Hi everybody, my name is Mark Miller. I'm the CEO of a company called SpearFysh, and today there are literally hundreds of thousands of salespeople in financial services calling on millions of prospects and customers, and this is how they capture their data. And we think that's a big problem for a few different reasons. Number one, the average salesperson forgets 52% of a conversation literally within 2 hours of that interaction. Second, sales managers have no practical means to really give salespeople feedback as a way to improve their skills. And third, the organization gets zero business intelligence to understand how to improve sales processes and salespeople in a big way. Bottom line, I've spent 20 years in the sales profession. It's an industry that does its knowledge work the same way today as it did literally 50 years ago. And at SpearFysh, we think it's time to change that conversation and show sales organizations how to apply technology as a way to create world-class sales teams. So what I'd like to do is to show you our technology. This is our idea of how a 21st century salesperson is actually going to take their notes in a conversation. This is my iPad. This is an intelligent note-taking app. And essentially I've got 4 elements on this application. First, I've got my yellow space and I've got my stylus, right? So I'm going to take notes in a second. Second, I've got my questions to the left. So any trusted advisor is going to bring a good list of questions to make sure I'm being thorough. Third, if you look up top, I've got some tags because I'm going to hear critical information through a sales call that I want to tag. And last, I've got audio, and because I want to capture that voice of the customer because I know I can't remember it all. So we're going to role play with Greg, our president. I'm going to play the role of salesperson. Greg's going to play the role of prospect. Greg, are you ready to go?
Sure.
Great. So we start by asking permission. Hey, Greg, would it be all right if I took notes on my iPad? This captures my chicken scratch. It also captures the audio of the conversation. What you've got to say is important. Want to make sure I get it
let's
right.
Go.
All right, great. Well, tell me a little bit about your role at the firm. Can I ask, Greg?
Mark, I'm Chief Operating Officer of our Wealth Management Division.
Great. And as you can see in the audience, when I touch that role question, I got a drop down, right? I got a little playbook data because I want to have an intelligent interaction with Greg. And I can't keep this all in my head. Tell me maybe about one key goal or objective, Greg, for the organization this year.
Yeah, we're going to expand revenue this year by increasing the portfolio of services we offer.
Great. And how about maybe the challenges to doing that? What would stand out?
Well, not only do I need the right licensed individuals to sell the broader products, but I need specialist training in the products we're delivering.
All right, great. So, hey, we'll fast forward. We're done. I took my notes, and let's see what we have created here. Okay, so first, we start by asking permission. Hey, Greg, would it be all right if I took notes on my iPad? This captures my chicken scratch. It also captures the audio of the conversation. So essentially what you see is we've got the notes indexed with the audio. That would be the first thing. But we've also indexed Greg's answers to my questions. So when I drop down my questions and I go to his key goal or objectives and I just tap at that point in time. Key goal or objective, Greg, for the organization this year?
Yeah, we're going to expand revenue this year by increasing the portfolio of services.
Yeah, and I've also done one more index point. So I've also indexed key information that I thought was important as I was going through that interaction. Like one of the key things would be a problem he would have. I can just tap that.
Not only do I need the right licensed individuals to sell the broader products, but I need specialist training in the products we're delivering.
All right, great. So great. So we've got an application that captures that data. Greg?
So now we take this information, the audio, the notes, the tags, in an unstructured format and structure it by loading it up to our cloud-based application. We convert the audio to text and present this information so that we can use our web application, which we'll now demonstrate on our laptop.
Yeah, so this is great for me because these are all my interactions that I've collected for about 1.5 years. I have a huge edge versus most salespeople because I've got every spoken word from my prospects and my customers. As a matter of fact, Document Solutions is highlighted. These are organized by account. I've got to make a presentation or a proposal to them, you know, and it's a big deal, right? I want to make sure I get this right. So I'm going to play that selected interaction, and what that's going to do, it's going to pull up my notes into our portal player. But we've got a little change here now, because essentially what's happened is, again, I've got my notes synchronized with the audio.
That's our premium product. We try to help companies capture as much as their paper documents.
Yeah, but we've added value at this point. We've got closed captioning. So now I literally have the voice converted to text.
I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing. They have both marketing people and
Yeah, but what's really cool about this, and by the way, that's going to be very useful for when we do analytics in a few minutes to understand how to improve our people and what they're actually doing in their sales calls or what they're not doing. And so what I can do now as an individual salesperson, I can go to these index points. So I can see every question I asked during the call. Gee, I can't remember what he said when he said his target market. So I'm going to click on that.
Your target market, who do you guys go after?
so we typically go after companies that
Or
are
what was his
100 million.
CRM?
Yeah, we do use a CRM, not necessarily effectively, but we
It goes right to that point. So I don't have to listen to the whole hour interaction. I can listen to the key 10 minutes to put together that statement of work, that proposal, that presentation. But what I also can do is I can now, and by the way, it's additionally by those tags on top of the iPad. So I can go to that information, do the same thing so I can find the key problems, the key goals immediately. I can also search this interaction for the first time. So we know he's in the document business. So just by searching the word documents, essentially it brings up every point in the conversation where documents was mentioned. By the way, this is in the field. This is line of sight into field calls. I can click on that.
managing today, and that's documents and image them securely so that they don't have to.
Good. And last, I can actually annotate this conversation. So we deal in collaborative selling environments. If you work for a bank, you're a salesperson, right? You've got a lot of specialists that you have access to in treasury management, financial services, the like. I can actually write a note to one of those people. I can add an annotation. And what I'm going to say here is help, right? I have no idea what that guy was talking about in the conversation. I get the playback time. Essentially, this is going to be a comment. And would you say, you know, please listen to this part of the conversation and tell me what you think. And then I can just send it to the appropriate person, and I'm done with it, right? And the thing is, we're virtual now. I didn't have to drag my sales specialist out in the field to do a four-legged sales call that I could accomplish, right, and save a lot of money by doing that. But really, that's just part of SpearFysh. What's really exciting to us is the idea of the analytics that you can get out of this for the first time. Because the sales call is a mystery today. Nobody knows what salespeople do. They go out there. There is no database in the world of field sales calls. So, you're seeing that, and we thank you. We're at this booth over here. We'd love to show you the analytics capability a little later on. Thank you.